All right, check out Reverend Crystal Cox on Rumble, All Faith Church. This is the Doctrine on Government. For the full video, go to my Rumble channel if interested.
A lot more on that later. I don't believe there is a need for government. I don't believe that government is useful in any way. I believe that government gets in the way of you leading a happy, healthy life. Okay? So, and as you've learned recently, they, take all your tax money and send it in foreign aid. So the politicians, the corruption, and more taxes come in. And people are like, yay, because they think the taxes are going to help people and build roads, and they don't. It went to the central banks, it went to other countries. It was borrowed back by local people to build roads. And anyway, so if you need money to do a local project, you can hire like a general contractor that knows that project. So say if it's a building, or let's say the example of a building, you would get someone who knows how to build, who knows about plumbing and electric, right? You get all that. Instead of hiring a city manager for $160,000 and 10 other employees for $160,000 a year, and just tons of money just thrown every direction, you get a general contractor. Like artificial intelligence, I've seen a lot of channeled information about how it works in the future. So it'd be like, oh, this water main broke. We got an emergency. Okay, the manager for that project comes in. They call the people to fix it. But not people that don't know, right? Like most city managers. They just start calling around and figuring it out. And great. But this is where your money's going. So if you want to open a restaurant and serve me food, you have a health board, right? Which is ridiculous because people just clean things up just to pass, right? Then they go back to the sick stuff. They may be like, oh, well, we need it to be this temperature, that. It's impossible to keep all of that up. You have to discern. You have to trust yourself. I'm quantum. I trust myself. If I sit down and get a food poisoning, I was meant to, right? It's not going to be prevented. I've got it many times in my life. And the people had their health board inspections passed just fine. Okay, it's nothing to do with their system. They just do that to get more money from you, which is the weirdest example, like locally here, right? So the businesses have to pay their rent. They have to pay their electric, their insurance, unemployment, all of that. They get lockdowns. They get shut down by another government agency, which is the health board, not based on any sort of reality. They're not really showing you any facts. They're shutting everybody down, so they prevent them from revenue, but they're still taxing them. They still got to pay rent. They still got to pay permits. They still got to pay fines.